Hello, people. I'm off centre. Hang on. Hold on a second. Oops. There we go. How are we doing, guys? The machine is out. I'll have to see whether the machine picks up too much on camera. It's a really quiet machine, but I don't know if it'll pick up on the audio really loudly. So you'll have to let me know, and if it does, then I'll have to mute it when I'm sewing. Hi Mika, hi Susan, hi Tyler. We are Rogivering. Finally. It's funny because you all said last week, oh, you don't Rogiver stuff anymore. I miss that. Well, here we are. So, do you remember this document wallet that was annoying me because it didn't, I wanted to use it as a pencil case and I just couldn't because it didn't want to do what I wanted it to do? Well, I took it apart. So, hello baby. Hello Miss Maddie. Belly rubs for Maddie. Hi baby. Hello Miss Maddie. Hello Baba. How you doing? You good? Oh, you got a sticky eye, my love. Let me see. There we go. Oh, that's better. Look. That's better. Much more better. There you go. There you go, baby. Good girl. Oh, kisses for Mummy. Thank you. We love the kisses. Thank you. She's all hot on one side, so she must have been lying in the sun again. Extra belly rubs from Auntie Mika. Tickle, tickle. There you go. Okay, so I took it apart. And this is what I'm left with. Let me show you what we had. So when you opened it up, you had this. Kind of. Well, no, actually you had, I've put it the wrong way around there. You had, oh, I'm missing one. Ah, right, because this one should be under there. There we go. So we had it like that. We had this pocket, and if you remember, the annoying thing about this pocket was that when I closed it, everything fell out of that pocket. That needs to stop. So, I've had a think about what I want to do. And I think what I want to do is use this piece, which is see-through, to put on the zip here, so that, and I'll have to MacGyver it a little bit, or Rogiver it a little bit, because it's not quite tall enough. I need an extra bit on here, or I might just leave that that tiny bit on there, although it'd probably annoy me if I do. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I've used that on the zip instead of this horrible, I hate this, it's awful. So I'm going to use that bit on there. I've got this remnants of this pink canvas that I used for my Delphonics dupes. I still had one piece with a few bits cut off it. And by the time I cut it down to a rectangle, it's the perfect size to cut two pieces to replace this, which is the lining. Inside that, there was a really nasty piece of foam padding. So this is replacing the foam padding, really. And then under that was this cardboard. Now, I could have just tossed the cardboard and got a new bit, but guess what? No. Instead, what I did was I covered it in sticky back plastic on both sides. So now it's a little bit stiffer. So I don't need the foam padding. But it's also waterproof. So that goes in there like that. This bit will go on top like that. Same on this side. So the pink, this is pink. And then instead of this piece, I'll put the zip onto this piece. Then I'll be able to see what's in the pocket, you see. See, it's method in my madness. The zip piece, I haven't taken it all apart because there lies catastrophe. We don't want to fit zips unless we absolutely have to. This is already set to just go round this. So let's not mess about. What I've done, because this zip, it's not really deep enough. It doesn't make it deep enough. So what I'm going to do is reattach it to this. So the outside of it, is this what I'm thinking? Have I done this right or have I done this wrong? I only need it on one side. Or do I? No, I need to cut this in half. Okay, forget it. Forget me, forget me. What I wanted was just to make it a little bit wider. So I'm going to attach this to the zip and then attach that to the backing. My seams will all be a little bit smaller because inside there was like anywhere between 1/2 inch and 1 inch of extra material, which explains why I could never do the damn thing up. I've also got, because this piece, I was just trying to figure out I'm gonna have to draw it because I can't think it in 3D. Well, I can, but I can't turn it around. This piece, I've got a piece of pink and a piece of black, which I can put onto there, which I can cut wider if I need to. Because this is in really weird, but also this bit is all falling apart. So I need to do something to strengthen this. So rather than take this all apart, what I'm going to do is leave that bit on there, on here, and just sew my bits onto it. So this will kind of protect the bits of plastic underneath. I probably should have ironed it all. But when have I ever ironed anything? So, do I know what I'm doing? No. But, do I have a carefully laid out plan and pattern to follow so I can figure out what I'm doing? Also no. But, have I carefully measured absolutely everything to make sure it's going to fit? No. What would be the fun in that? Hi Persephone, John, Pelican. You have the same document case. Tried to use yours as a pencil pouch too. Yes. It used to have extra bits on one side with a secretarial thing and all sorts, and downward pockets. And what I found was if I used it, even for documents, by the time you filled it, it was too thick. So I decided to MacGyver it into what I need. On one side, I'm going to put elastics in different configurations. I'll probably put 2 elastics across the top full width so I can put my paints in there if I want to. And then I'll also put across the middle like a thing for pens. Possibly. Or I might put that on the other side. I don't know. Maybe my pens will fit in the pouch. I haven't really thought that bit through. What I'm trying to figure out, let's do this up. Maybe that'll help me figure it out. So this is the thing and that's the back. if I put this here and I add an extra panel there, do I need... No, I don't need to thicken up that thing. See, just doing it up made that make sense. So all of this is going to go round the whole of this piece and attach to the zip, which means I actually don't need to widen this bit, I just need to strengthen it. Oh, that makes me very happy. That makes me very, very, very happy. Okay, so I need to stitch this down. I don't want to stitch it down. This is very flimsy. I don't think I want to stitch it down too much. Too many times. Okay. Let's see. This is... black bit's not quite long enough, but I think I've got some more, have I? No, I haven't, because I just used it. Damn it, but I have some extra pink. I could use the pink. I've got some extra pink. I could use the pink along that bit instead of the black. Maybe. A bit of pop of colour. So that'll go on there. And what I plan to do with this is to put a pen loop on it so I can put my fountain pen in the middle there, instead of having it stuck on the side where it was before, where it keeps getting trapped in the zip. Yeah, stuff would get stuck in the pocket, and then you couldn't get things out of the pocket, and once you got everything back in, you couldn't close it up because there was these stupid bits of bias binding on the inside that were enclosing all the extra bits of material that didn't need to be there. So yes, that's what we're doing. Okay. So this, I'm trying to decide if I want to put one on either side of the zip or whether it'd just be easier to put it just on the back. I think it'd be easier to just put it on the back. So round once. So if I put this round on the zip, on the thing there, that'll give me a bit more depth at the back. And it means I'll have a stripy panel on the back all the way round. And then we've got the back there. And then the front will be flat with like a little pocket. So I've made it a tiny bit deeper because it's only about 1 inch deep because it's only made for papers. But if I add that, I've got an extra, what's that, 1.5 inches? Well, minus by the time we do the binding. No, you know what I mean. Seams, there we go. Minus seam allowance. So it will kind of be like a little... I just thought of a problem that I'll need to address. It'll be kind of like a little miniature Kipling bag. You know, the ones that are like a little bit deep? So just have an expandable bit at the back. Okay. So first off, let's get these pink panels cut. I've done all the black and white because the black and white I had to stitch it all together because this was a piece that was striped that way. So to make it match the stripes here, I cut it into sections and I sewed them together. So I've done all that bit already. So that's my back panel, which will go on to there in a minute. It occurs to me that if I attach the back panel, then this bit, it's not going to go on there. So there's that and then the pink. But it's not going to go on there because then it'll be at the bottom of the box. I'll need it to be up here with this in between. So I'll have to think about that and work out how to do that. I'm not sure. This is also not quite big enough because it was all frayed at the edges. It was really badly made. But I do have plenty of odd bits of pink that I can probably edge it. And then I'll have another little pop of colour. I don't mind the pink as long as it's not all pink. All pink is too much, but pops of pink is not too bad. Okay, let's get this done. So, I already put this on here. Whoops. It's been a while since I've got my sewing machine out and MacGyvered something. I hate following patterns, but I love doing stuff like this. I'm not going to worry too much about it being exact, because once I stitch it to the black, I can trim it up all the edges then. Maddie. So I only want to trim off the edge here so that I can get 2 pieces. I've always liked the format of this case. And the size of it is perfect. I just couldn't quite get on with the pocket configuration. So I figure if it's sat here not being used because I can't get on with the pocket configuration, there's no harm in me taking it apart to see if I can turn it into what I want. And, you know, if all else fails, it goes in the bin. Big deal. Big whoop, right? I would also like to do it so that I don't have to have binding on the inside, because the binding really annoys me. So I want to see if I can hide the seams rather than having all the seams on the inside and then putting whacking great binding on the top. By the way, to measure round this zip, because this is still in a circle, I used the binding that was on the inside to judge how long this needed to be. So this is about the same length as the binding. Should be enough. If it's not, I'll patch it with a bit of pink. I don't care. Okay. I'll keep all my bits of pink over there. Right, next thing I need to do is get a piece for this panel here. So shall I just put pink on there? I think I will. I think I won't bother taking this off. I think I will just... I think I'm going to have to tack it because it's so bent up. But I'm just going to put this across it. I think. Oh no. If I stitch that, is that going to be a problem? Am I going to have a double thickness of stitching? I am a little bit, but I don't actually care. Okay. So what's everybody else working on today? Crocheting a blanket for your cats. Awesome. painting hydrangeas. That's appropriate for today. Probably find out why later. I know, I tease. Okay, you have to... I don't need to edge it. I only need to edge the top and bottom. See? I don't need to do that. I only need to do the top and bottom. Thank Lordy. Okay, let's put it down the middle and then just chop off the excess. No, let's put it there and chop off the excess. Okay, let me see if this is too loud for what we're doing. Okay. That to go there. Hopefully it won't cause a problem. Is that okay? It's not too loud on the camera. It's fine. Okay, cool. I'm just getting it past the zipping. My machine is not built for that kind of stuff. It's not a heavy duty machine. It can just about do denim with the right needle, but it's not good for going over thick bits of zips and stuff like this. So I'm just hand cranking it through. Until I get past it. There we go. That'll do it, Grandad. I took it all apart and oiled it, so it's actually in pretty good shape at the moment. Okay, that was an unexpected consequence. Okay. I can work with it. I can work with it. Don't put the rabbit in next time, is the answer. Okay. Just going to put it there. Chop that bit off. Tuck it in. This is genius, this thing, where I'm feeding this in. I don't know if you can, oh, you can't see. See where I'm putting a piece of fabric in? Save you having long tails on everything. It's pretty cool. People call them all sorts of different things. Some people call them frogs. Some people call them thread savers. Some people call them rabbits. It's kind of fun. Okay, let's pin this in place while I trim it down. Pink sheds everywhere. I hate it, but it's the only thick piece of fabric I've got like this. I did have some of the thick stripy ones and more of this, but I can't find it anywhere. Otherwise I'd use the stripes because I like my stripes. But using the combination of the stripes and the pink means it matches my Delphonics pouches, so I'm okay with that. All right. So now we've got so we've replaced these two bits and the crappy foam that was underneath them with 2 bits of pink instead. So this will be sandwiched together like that. I will probably have to tack this together in order to sew the zip on because this keeps slipping. This is waterproof fabric and it's got a shiny back surface and it keeps sliding about. But that'll be sandwiched in there. This is the front. No, this is the back. So this will be sandwiched in there. That will go on around that bit. There. Then we'll have the zip, which goes that way. I'm trying to keep everything the same way round in case anything's not cut straight. Then we'll have, this is the front with the bit and that. Okay. So what I'm thinking do I need the zip compartment? Oh, the zip compartment was what I liked about it. Maybe I will cut this in half. Or maybe I don't need to. Now I've got rid of that massive binding. Maybe it'll be thick enough. Because there was a look at the width of this zip. And nearly half of that was folded in because the zip looked like that. If I sew this right to the edge and I don't bind it, that might actually work. I will have to put some bias binding on the inside though to do that, which I don't have. I'll have to get some. I've got to go into town on Friday, so I'll pick some up. but I always like to put bias binding on by hand, because you can finagle it into the corners and things and make it look neat. Whereas doing it on the sewing machine, it just stretches, and I don't like that. Okay. So do I need this or not, is what I'm wondering now. So I put that on there. That's going to be all one piece. I'll need to trim this onto this piece. So that zip needs to go onto there. I know what I'm going to do. Okay. I'll have to fill in those bits, but that's okay. I can do that. Okay, let's take the zip off of here then. Okay, so now that's going to go on there, like that. Let's put it, do we want it in the middle? Yes. So that needs to go there, right on the edge. I'll have to pin that on the back. Okie dokie. Whoops! Don't get the metal bits in there. That's not a good idea. Okay. Reusing bits of the inside also means that I don't have to deal with edging and things. I can just sew it all together and bind it afterwards. Of course, this could all end up in disaster and end up in the bin. Hey Katie. Oh, they arrived. Good. There you go. John. This now explains my cryptic comment earlier. For those who weren't aware, Katie, who's my admin over on my Patreon, had an operation last week, and she's currently on bed rest. She's supposed to be taking it easy. So her fellow frogs over on Patreon got her a hydrangea in a pot. So she can have it in a pot, or she can plant it in the garden, or whatever. And if it's not purple enough, you can blame Jazz, she decided to go with the blue one instead of the purple one because she said the blue one looked more purple and the purple one looked pink. So you can blame her. But you can put food colouring in the soil and it'll make the flowers go purple anyway, so enjoy. Alright, so that's going on there. That's going on there. That's going to go on there. I need to add a little tab there and a little tab there, but I think I also need to add a bit of let's see. This is the one that was attached to the zip, isn't it? So how much smaller is it? Oh, quite a lot smaller. Okay. This was attached to the zip there. I think I'm just going to have to hope it's big enough. So since we're going to see the pink through, I think what I'll do is use pink to just add the extra little corner in there. And I will hand sew that because that's going to be a pain in the ass to get through the sewing machine. So let's sew this on first. Oops. Well, I didn't see that coming. Whoops. I just pulled the thing off the zip. I hate it when that happens. Oh, it's okay. There's a bit of plastic bit at the bottom of the zip. That's okay. So I can put that back in there. Put that bit back in there. And hopefully... Yeah. Whew! Okay. Maddie. Okay, so I actually need to put that bit on there first, don't I? I need to top and tail the zip before I put this on. Come on, brain, think of things. Come on, brain, you are smart. If I do it that way and sew it across there, it'll go that way and then it'll all be tucked in the seams. Okay. Okay. Right. I can now trim that off. Sew that bit onto there. And that'll be part of it, okay? No, other way around. Oh, come on, hands. Don't mess up now. Okay, so same on this end now. This end is already tacked together, fortunately. Okay, which way am I going? Left to right, right to left, there we go, that way. Okay. Oh, exactly the right width. Oh, I cut it down, didn't I? Well, of course it's the right width if you cut it down, stupid woman. Another one of these little rabbit things somewhere. I can't find it. I can't see where it is. Useful to have the two out. Okay. So that'll fold down there. And that'll go on there. Cool. Okay. So that is that bit done. Whew. You're laying down with the kitty. Good. And watching Vanderpump Rules. Oh my God. Yes, I've got you into it. I knew it. It's addictive, isn't it? It's such trash, but you can't stop watching. Observe the guy who does behavioural analysis. He did the body language behaviours of some of the clips. Or he tried to. Most of it was just him standing there going, what? It's really funny. Okay. Oh, that went a bit skewed. Never mind. You won't see it. Nobody cares. Okay. So this is the back. So this is now going to go, that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on top. And all of that's going to get sewn onto the zip. Can I do that all in one go, or would it be easier to tack it into place? I think it'd be easier to tack it into place because that zip is round. And thereby lies nightmares. Yeah, we're going to have to hand sew for a bit. Ugh. Mid-season 3 already. They are such a mess. Such a mess. It's complete car crash TV. Absolutely terrible. But I can't look away. Alrighty. Perfect recovery TV. Yeah, because you don't have to think. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is try to make sure you're not actually drinking anything when they go completely off the rails. Which is easier said than done, but... let's do this in layers. Let's pin this to this first. So it's straight. Yeah. It's not quite straight. Let's line it up along that edge. Because the zip we know is straight. So I'll line it up against the zip edge and we'll deal with the rest later. There we go. Okay. So I think the easiest way to deal with this, you know, is to just... it's got to go in the... it's slap bang in the middle of this. So I think the easiest thing to do is... oh, hang on a minute. No, this is the zip part. I don't need to worry about it. Where is my... oh, it's under there. Okay, here we go. This is what we need. So I think I don't need this to stick because it's going to be sewn in, but I do need it to stay put while I sew it. So in order to get it to stay put while I sew it, I'm going to just stick it in, dry glue stick, that'll do, stick it together. We're not going to be sewing through the glue or anything, we're going to sew around the edge. I just need this to stay in the middle while I sew it. There we go. So now I can put this on here and pin this through all of it. Am I going to be able to do that? Is it too stiff? Oh, I need my long pins. Long pins will work. There we go. Okay. Tack it. So I'm just going to do long stitches around the edge so that when I sew it to the zip, it's a little easier. I'm just thinking, how can I make that not have a rough edge on the inside? Because it's going to go there. It's going to be sewn that way. No, I'm going to have to do bias binding, I think. Let's put my knot there so I can find it later, and then I can just running stitch around the edge here. There we go. I think I'm going to have to go through the... Oh, I can do it that way. Nope. This is going to be tricky. This is not quite long enough. I need a little bit of edging on there. Okay. Okay, plan B. Plan B. Needle. Plan B. Okay, where did that go? The head of my pin came off, and the pin... Oh, the pin is there. Phew. Okay. Okay, that's good. So that's dead. Unless it's... Yeah, it's not going to go back in there. Even if it does, I don't trust it not to come off again. So, I need a bit of... Can you in the bin? You can't believe it. People actually behave like that. Yeah, and not only behave like that, but on international television. It's not scripted, no. You'd think it was scripted, but it's not scripted. I can't. People actually do these things. People actually think like this. I'm like, how? Why? What? 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 Oh, it's a great way to feel better about your own life. It really is. Okay, what I was thinking... This is the thick piece. I don't want to use that. But I do have all these thin pieces. I'm just thinking if I do like a little tiny bit of edging around here, I can then fold it out and trap it onto there. So I'll have like a little bit of a thing around it. I think that's the best thing to do because it's not good material, this. So let's trim this up so it's straight. I'm basically just trimming it where the old sewing lines are. So I'm trimming off all the bit that was inside the sewing lines last time, or bent round inside. It'll make it sit a bit flatter. And also it means that it'll be easier to sew on the machine. There we go. Oh, all the bits! All the bits are killing me! It's the one thing I hate about sewing is all the bits. I'm covered in them. They're all over my shirt. Okay. So let's edge this. We're doing it that way. And this is just straight stitching. So I should be able to just... no, let's start the other side, because then we can turn it over. Yeah, there we go. Sew it that way. I'll sew it down to the corner. Sew it round the corner. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Oh, I don't need to sew on the grey bit, I need to sew on the pink bit. With the right way round, yes. Okay. Where's my pedal gone? Who stole my pedal? Oh, there he is. Okay. I need to sew as close to the edge as I can without... Oh, actually, I don't need to sew close to the edge. I can just go inside the edge. Yes. bit my fingers. That hurt. Oh, I tell you what, sewing those Dalphonics dupes helped me understand how to sew around corners. In fact, sew rounded corners. That was a big help right there. Where's my bunny gone? Oh, it's on the other end of this. No, it's not. Yes, it is. There it is. Okay. So the idea is now I can turn this over and out like that. Roll it over like that to make it big enough to fit. Because it just needed a bit better edging. So that should work now. So roll it in. Be so it'll look kind of like that on the inside. So first off, I'm going to line it up again. So which is our straight edge? That's our straight edge. No. Yeah. That's our straight edge there. That's going to lie on top of that. This is going to lie on top of that, there. Yes. Thinking. Okay, so this is up to the edge there, and that's up to that edge like that. And in the middle, so I can tack this bit in again. Got a knot. Oh, I'll be so happy to have new glasses. I'm going to get my eyes tested on Friday, so I'll be getting new glasses in a couple of weeks. I can't wait. I'm already holding things out here because I can't see even with my glasses on. Yay! Is there any way I can sew this so that I can... Ooh, that's not straight. What happened there? Did we slip it? No, let's... if I have to bias bind it, I have to bias bind it. That's what I'm going to do. I can't... To do this without doing bias binding is way too much thinking for my brain. My brain doesn't want to do that kind of mathematics. This will pucker a bit on the corners, but it'll turn the other wrong way, and then it'll be okay. So it's okay. It's all right. I don't know what I'm doing, but I kind of do. Morning, doves, at 6 o'clock in the evening. Are you confused, bird? See what I mean? So by the time it's sewn onto this bit is going to be bound up to the seam anyway. So this will actually fit. It's just going to be awkward to get it to sit while I sew it. No, I need a long one because it needs to go through the cardboard. There we go. So in order to make sure I catch all the layers, I'm going to do it from this side because I can see what I'm doing then. The awkwardness of flat sewing this bit is actually going to help me when I put the zip in. So in fact, I think what I'll do is tack that bit, and then I'll skip the corner. I don't need to tack the corner. That'll make it easier to manoeuvre it as I put the zip on. So best thing to do is come down this end now and do this corner. the other. Yeah, put the two knots together. Okay. What are we sewing? Oh, I'm MacGyvering my. Hey, Cody. I'm MacGyvering my. You know, my little document pouch that I said was falling apart and needed restitching and everything else. And since it needed restitching, I might as well do the whole thing again. Well, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so these are done, so I can trim these down. That'll make the edges easier to, or the corners easier to deal with. Ugh. Come on. White thread was not a good idea. White thread is really hard to put through a needle because you can't see it. That's why you usually tack with gaudy colours. Okay, there we go. So let's trim off this edge now, up to that corner. It's not going to quite lie flat, but that's okay because it doesn't lie flat once it's attached to the zip. So I'm just doing the unflat bit before we actually fit the zip to it, which should, in theory, make it easier. Might have done this corner a little bit tight, so I'm gonna leave an extra little bit of material because I don't want it to pull once it's put together. I'd rather have an extra pucker on the inside than on the outside. Okay, now I can trim that bit off. It's still not going to quite lie flat on that corner, but it is the bottom corner, so I don't think I'm overly upset about it. But once it's got the zip attached, it's going to curl up that way anyway. You see what I mean? So the curve of it actually assists. Okay. So that's all tacked together now. It's just one piece to worry about. And then the zip will go there, like that. And then we've got the front bit. Now the front bit is slightly different. What I need to do to put elastic on this, if I just put the elastics on this will pull inwards and this will stay flat. So I think what I'm going to do is put the elastics through this, which will hold this flat. So I'm going to do the opposite of what I did with the other one. I'm going to put this in the middle there. I'm just going to glue it down with a bit of Pritt stick to hold it in place. While I tack it. Okay. It's nice and central. Now I can put elastics across and sew them onto this piece here, which I'll probably have to hand sew. I don't know if my machine will like that, but it does mean that this then won't pull across. Okay, so I've got elastic here. I'm never quite sure with elastic whether to do it slightly stretched or just put it down and then rely on the stretch after. I think you just put it down and rely on the stretch after. And let's just make sure it is stretchy enough. Oh yeah, it's going to be plenty stretchy enough. That's fine. So, okay, what I need, I want to be able to put, oh, see, it's a good job I checked. I want to be able to put this in on this side under the elastics. So I need it to be down here, actually. It would be better. Okay, so let's do the middle one first. What I was going to do is put it right across the middle. Like that. And I was just going to do like 2 so that I can fit larger pens in it or water brushes, or I can fit thinner pens in it or pencils or whatever. So this would be easier to sew by hand. Where's my white pencil? So 1/3 of the way in here, 1/3 of the way in here is where I want to tack it. Black thread. Oh, I've got a spare one in here. There we go. Mana. This is fun. I've missed doing this. I haven't had my sewing machine out for ages. But now I've got it. I've moved my desk. Oh, yeah. If you haven't noticed, I've moved my desk. So before I was facing that way, and all this lovely light that I've got was shadowed. So I've moved my desk this way, so now the window is there, and I've got daylight coming in even at 6:30 in the evening, which is awesome. Normally I'd have my lights on when I was streaming, but not right now, although it is getting to the point where I might need to turn the lights on. Because I'm sewing. If I was doing art, it wouldn't be a problem, but I need to be able to see threads and things, and they're small. Okay, once I've done this, I'm going to pop to the loo and make a coffee. So if anybody's after a break, we're going to take one in a minute. Okay, I'll put my knot on the back. I'm just kind of doing a stitch in the middle and a stitch over the edge of either side. So like, if this is my elastic, I'm doing a stitch there, a stitch here, and a stitch in the middle. That'll be enough to hold it. It's only so that I can separate pencils and pens. Because you know what happens, you put a thick pen in, and you put a thin pencil next to it, and your thick pen holds, but your thin pencil hasn't got anything to grip to. So it's easier if you've got a couple of different sections. That's why I'm doing that. Might be a little bit too close to the edge, but honestly I don't care. Okay, and then over this edge. So I'm aware that by the time I put my top and bottom ones on, anything I put in here will be covered by my watercolour tin, okay? However, the chances are I wouldn't take enough to fill up this side and my watercolour tin, and enough to fill up this side. So if I'm taking my watercolours, I can put my watercolours here and my pen or my pencil or my eraser or whatever in here. And then if I'm not taking my watercolours, I can take my watercolour pencils or some Neocolour 2s or my little tin of watercolours. They'll fit in here. I can actually fit 3 Altoid tins in here. And then I can put my water brushes and my pen and pencil over here. And then these straps, where I would normally put my watercolours, I can put my erasers into. That's the theory anyway. Whether it will work or not, who knows? But that's the theory. Well, Katie, you must have a cosplay you want to make. You've got a cross stitch you're working on that's going to take you another 5,000 hours. Go and grab your stuff and start sewing. Okay, I'm going to do this one upside down because then I can hold it this side and hold it roughly straight. I don't care if it's straight or not, but it'll be roughly straight. Live starts and instantly your mum phones. Oh no. That's why you set up an automatic text on your phone that says, sorry, in a meeting, or sorry, teaching, or sorry, on another call, or something, so that you don't have to answer the phone straight away. Although I always answer the phone to my mum as well, so. Oh, speaking of which, next Wednesday, my mum and dad are coming up for a couple of days, so I won't be streaming on Wednesday. I did bandy around the idea of maybe doing a video or a vlog or something. Will I? Who knows? But if I don't, and you don't get a video or anything from me on Wednesday next week, which is the 31st, I will stream on Friday instead. She talks for England. Well, yeah, apple didn't fall far from that tree, did it? All your stuff's downstairs and it's all buried. Oh. See, this is why you have a little couch bag that you carry around with you, with all your gubbins in it. It's one tote bag with your current journal, your current sewing project. That's all you need. Whoops. That's not the hole I wanted it to come up through. There we go. You don't have any current sewing projects right now? Except your cross stitch. I thought you were doing your cross stitch the other day. Why was it buried? How did you manage that? I like doing quick and simple little projects like this every so often. Because I'm still working on my crazy quilt. I haven't done much of it lately because I've had other stuff I've needed to do. I'm working on a couple of commissions at the moment that I need to get done. But as soon as they're out of the way, I will get back to my crazy quilt. But sometimes it's just nice to do something that you can finish in a day or two. I mean, am I going to be finished this today? Probably not. Will I finish it by tomorrow? Probably. Oh, your regular sewing stuff. Oh, right, okay. Well, get him to set it up for you on a little table, your sewing machine and stuff, and you know, just make something. Just make something. Make yourself a little Delphonics pouch or something, or I've got an entire 4-hour live stream on making a Delphonics pouch using Organised Miss, I think it is. Planner thing. Okay. So that's those. I'll tack those down when I tack the back on. Okay, so I need another one. So I would have stuff in here. I could put stuff in here and then that can go on the top, which will actually hold it all together a bit better. So I need one to be there. So I need about a knuckle and a half's worth. Okay. So let's put one on that crease there. Now I don't want to pull this out of the seam by accident, so I am going to stitch it just a couple of stitches on each end. It will get sewn in as well, but it will just add some strength to it. Like on the inside. All right, so that's going to go in there. See, once that's held down on the edges, that'll be tighter. So the other one needs to be about here. So actually, it's the same distance roughly. Yeah, same distance. Okay. Are they straight and parallel? No. Do I care? No. As long as they hold my stuff in, I don't care. That's all I want from the life, is a pouch that fits my stuff. Is this too much to ask? make a journaling bag. Yeah. Use the Delphonics one. In fact, I think if you search my channel for Delphonics dupe, I think you'll find that I put the PDF link. Grain Creative, not Organised Mess, Grain Creative did it. I put the link to her video of how to do it and the PDF for the pattern. If you don't know how to sew rounded corners now, you will do by the time you finish that one. That was a feat. Rounded corners with gathers through 7 layers of fabric. I wasn't sure my machine was going to make it, but somehow it did. Alrighty, there we go. That's the elastics put on. So the next thing I need to do is to tack this onto there. Is that the right edge? That's the right edge. And I need to make sure that I stick this bit on as well, because that's the front pocket and I like my front pocket. So that has to go on there. To that corner. And up to that corner. To this edge like that, and then this side like that, and the top edge like that. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, run to the loo, go and get my coffee. Where's my coffee cup? Oh, it's outside. Don't worry, I wasn't without coffee. I had iced coffee. I'm looking for my coffee cup now because I want hot coffee. Yeah, quick break, back in a few. Okay, we're back. Oh, I've had to put the light on. Not because you can't see me, but because I can't see what I'm doing. I need to be able to see. Okay, let me just turn this. I knocked the camera as I got up, so there we go. That's better. All right. I think that's... I don't need any more elastics. But if I do need any more elastics, I can just pop one on. I can add it later. Okay. So, oh, that's what that is. I was wondering what that little bit of plastic on my desk was. I forgot it came off the elastic. Elastic plastic. There we go. Okay. So this will now pop in there. Is it a little bit too loose? Yes. Does it matter? No. Because it'll be in there anyway. And this will be pulled a little bit tighter. That's okay. I can handle that. It'll be a little bit... I can always take this in a bit if I have to. But I think it'll be alright. Okay. So I need to just tack this into place around the edge. Let's move those out of the way. The milk you had this morning is slightly less okay now. Oh dear. I started buying coffee, mate, and I've never looked back. Because I used to go through so much milk because I don't have a lot of milk in my coffee. And I'd buy like 1 pint wasn't quite enough and 2 pints was way too much, so I'd waste milk. So I started buying coffee creamer instead, and it's just so much easier. I have to say I like being further away from my computer. It's a lot better. Because what I've done is I've put... My computer used to be on this corner of my desk. So it was like there. Which was quite close. Now it's on the far side of my desk. On a different table. So it's a lot further away and it feels so much better. I don't feel like it's right in my face. Also, have you noticed how the cameras don't wobble? Huh? Did you? Did you even notice? Did you even notice? The cameras don't wobble anymore. Because they're not attached to the table anymore. They're attached to a table behind. They're not attached to the desk. They're attached to a table behind it. The one that the computer's on, so it's nice and stable. Porridge with water? No, I have porridge with water. Okay, where is this stuff? Oh, somehow I managed to do a double knot. It's twice I've done that. There we go. See, I make porridge with hot water, but because I do it in the microwave, it gets hot really fast, and then I just put a couple of spoonfuls of coffee mate in it, and it has exactly the same. In fact, it tastes better to me because it's cream and it's creamy instead of milky. half water, half milk. Oh, well, you could get powdered milk. Then you wouldn't have milk going off either. Because you can put it in as powder with hot water, or you can mix it with cold water and keep it in the fridge. Just like normal milk. See? Then you only need to make as much as you need. I'd rather have coffee, mate. I don't like milk very much. I'm a big milk drinker. Evil. Why? It's only dehydrated milk. You just add the water back in. It's not that bad. Although I have to admit, given the choice of making porridge, unless it's really cold. If it's really cold, then it's porridge or soup for breakfast. But generally, if I'm given the choice between the palaver of making porridge or shove 2 slices of bread in the toaster, I'm having toast. Ew. Why, if you like water with milk with water or watered down, why don't you just get some skimmed milk? Because honestly, skimmed milk is like it's been watered down. That's what it tastes like. See, since the pandemic, I don't actually go out to the grocery shop. I get everything online. If I've only got a small order, I do Morrison's at Amazon. And if I've got a big order, I do an Asda shop. And then I don't have to actually go out and get shopping, because being in a shop, trying to shop with other people who don't know how to drive a trolley is one of the things that I hate more than anything. When I had a car, I used to go up the 24-hour Tesco or the 24-hour Asda and go up there at like 4 o'clock in the morning because there was only workers in there. Online shopping is the way to go for me. Thank you. Okay. The front. The back. The inside. The outside. The pain in the arse bit in the middle that we've now got to try and fit to both sides. There may be some shouting or swearing or something going on. I'm wondering if it might be easier to hand stitch it actually than sew it on the machine, but I would rather have it sewn on the machine. Okay. So I'm going to have rough edges on the inside and I will bind them afterwards because I can't be doing with the messing about. Ooh, that panel is the same size as the zip. Huh. That's incredibly clever of you. I didn't realise you'd done that. Okay. Right, so that goes up. And this bit goes on here, like that, and then that bit goes around. Yes. I'm very excited that I've managed to do this, I have to say. So what I need to do is sew this as close to the edge as I can. Oh, I didn't round that corner off. Better do that or I'll confuse myself. There we go. I didn't trim this edge off either. So I'm starting with the bit that's a funny shape, where the pouch is, because the front of it is flat. So in theory, the front of it should be easy to do. In theory. The zips go down the bottom. Now if I sew it that way, I can't see where the zip is, so I'll have to sew it this way so that I can come round. I've got to be able to sew this onto here. I'll have to bend it around a little bit and around there and around there. It's basically the same as I did with the other bit, but it's going to cause it to pull the other way, which should counteract it. We hope. We hope. Yeah, other people, yeah, awful. Shopping is bad anyway, but then other people, no thank you. No thank you. Okay. I will try and remember that I'm streaming while I do this, but I need to concentrate, so whether I do or not is another matter. Okay, I think I'll leave that one there. Oh, I'll start. Where am I going to start? I'm going to have to run that off. There we go. So I can put this under here and start it away from the zip. Okay, and I'll do a 1/4 inch seam. Ooh, what happened there? That was weird. I keep putting these things in the wrong way around. Whoops. No, have we got a knot? No, there we go. I think we do have a knot, but it'll be fine. I'll just chop it off. Whoops. A bit off kilter there. But that's okay. You know what? I'm gonna I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but I can't really sew with the sewing machine on an angle, so you're stuck with what I can show you. But it is working. It is working. Ooh, I think I cut that corner a bit too tight. Damn it. Okay. Because I'm a lefty and I push everything through with this hand instead of doing it this way, I keep catching my finger under the, you know, the screw that sticks out the side of the needle. I keep catching my finger underneath it. That's every time I go, ow! That's because my finger got caught underneath it. Why don't they make left-handed sewing machines? I've never seen a left-handed sewing machine. I've seen left-handed guitars. I've got a left-handed guitar. Never seen a left-handed sewing machine. It would be so much easier than doing this. Oh, hang on. We've got it. Hang on, Houston. We've got a problem. We need to move that over a little bit. There we go. Anything that doesn't quite catch, I'll hand sew afterwards. Okay, the zip's about 1/2 inch too long now. What? Have I done it too tight? I may end up unpicking this if I've done it too tight. Or can I just put a lot into this corner? I could probably just put a lot into this corner, man. No, I've missed that corner. Damn it. I'm trying to avoid getting my finger caught under this bloody hammer thing. No. Okay, let's go back. Where's my reverse button? Oh, there it is. Back. Up. Okay. I'm going to have to hand do this bit. Oh, my thumb's going to get caught. Yeah, no. I'm not going to be able to do that bit with the machine. I'll just have to hand sew it on this corner. It's fine. It's not a problem. Okay. No, I keep getting... No, see, like... You see that bit there? Oh, you might not be able to see it from this side. There's a... Here. See this bit that sticks out? Because I push things in this side instead of this side. That comes down on my finger. It hurts like hell. Because it always catches the nail. Oof. All right then. Well, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, actually. It's a little bit too tight. I missed the corners. I missed one corner here. what happened on... Yeah, I went too tight around this corner. See, I didn't go all the way round to the corner. I probably should have sewn it square, to be honest. That probably would have been better. Yeah, I cut that corner too hard, which is a pain because I've done this corner perfect. This corner is freaking perfect. Look at it. This corner, no. Big sticky outy bit. Which is why I've got too much fabric here now. We're going to have to unpick it. I hate unpicking things, but I'm going to have to because it's going to bug me if I don't. I probably should have sewn it by hand. Wouldn't have had as many problems. Maybe I'll try and square off the corners a bit. I don't have a seam ripper in that box. Somewhere. Oh gosh darn it, yes I do. That would be a lot easier than trying to do it with a pair of scissors. If I can get the lid off. Yep. There we go, that's that sorted. Here we go. My machine sews too well. No, it was actually easier with the scissors. You know the only thing harder than putting a curved zip in is taking a curved zip out again. I can't see what I'm doing. Why can't I see? Oh, there we go, that's better. Sorry if it's too bright, but I literally can't see what I'm doing. I only need to take it down to that corner, so. Everything's so awkward. It's always backwards, so the way I want to be able to do it. Almost there, almost there. If I didn't fix this corner, it would bug me because it's too far out. It's not like I can, well, I could chop the corner off and stick a bit of bias binding on it and go, who cares? But I'm going to have to mess about with this corner as well if I do that. So I might as well just take this back, take it back to here, and just get it round that corner properly, like I should have done in the first place. This is where it started going off kilter. Right back up here. There we go. Okay. Let's try squaring it out. Let's see if that helps. Whoop. Let's pin in this way as well. It would be easier to tack it in place, I wonder. This bit here. No, let's use an orange one. And that bit there. So that bit should go there. Like that. So now this bit can go there. I hate curved zips! Just so you know. I'm getting there, but there would be a lot more swearing going on if I wasn't streaming, let's just say that. Well, that's stuck now. Okay. Let's try this again without the oops. It's easier to do it that way. Coming counterclockwise. Maybe. All these zips are in the way now. Let's see. It'd be easier to do it that way, so I don't keep getting my fingers caught. fingers are still going to get caught because I'm still doing it that way, aren't I? So it doesn't really matter. It's the way I sew, it's not the angle I sew at. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Here's what we're going to do. Oh, yeah, come back here. I've got to get some anti-slip feet for my thingy. Okay. Whoops. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to ignore the corners. I'm going to sew down the straight bits. Okay. So I've got a bit of a mess to clean up, and I'll have to sew the corners by hand, but it's going to be so much easier than trying to do it on the machine. All right. All of this is going to be inside the bias binding anyway, so none of this matters. It's just got to make sure it's all secure. There we go. Okay. So now we've got, that one was all right, that one corner was okay. So I just got a little bit on each corner to sew in. This would be so much easier by hand. And then I've straight stitched it down there, and I got a little bit here. And I've straight stitched it at the end, and I got a little bit here. There's a little bit more here because of the zip. Couldn't get the foot as close to it on this edge. Yes, so much easier. Okay. Random Google search says you can convert a machine to left-handed. No, you can't. You can turn the thing at the bottom round so that it's left-handed, but all the gubbins are on this side. So if you use the machine round the other way, then you would not be able to reach any of this. Unless they're thinking you can literally sew it that way. But then that's even more awkward. Because you'd have to have a platform on this side then. It would just be easier to be able to buy a left-handed machine, wouldn't it? I mean, we're 25% of the population. Why can we not have left-handed machines? We've got left-handed scissors, left-handed guitars. Yeah, it doesn't actually work. You can convert the bottom foot so that it's the other way around. So you can change the spindle where the foot is in. So instead of being that way, it's that way. But you're still using the machine the same way round. It does mean that you don't keep trapping your finger under that screw. But that's a lot of hassle to go through. Just to have the same thing. Okay, I can have a knot in this because I can cut this knot off because I won't be able to reach it later. But this will be under the bias binding, so I can have a knot here. Let's see, where is it loose? So it's back here that it's loose. So we'll put the tie there, put the knot there, go through that thread. Yeah, it's like well, you can use right-handed scissors left-handed if you use them upside down. You know, it's not practical. It's having to manage with a half-assed solution instead of having a solution, which would be to have a left-handed machine. I mean, I'm sure you can buy left-handed machines. There's got to be somebody out there who's made left-handed machines. I mean, but they're probably 4 times the cost of a regular machine, if not complete custom. You'd think there would be some way that they'd be able to set it up so that you could just turn it round like a mixer and be able to use it either way, you know? Like maybe put the dials up on the top where you could reach them from either side. You'd still have to turn them the wrong way if you're left-handed, but we're used to that anyway. We have to turn everything wrong hand. This is almost as bad to do by hand, but at least I can see what I'm doing. I think I'll rough sew it round to kind of get it tacked in place, and then I'll come back and sew it properly over the top. That, I think, will be the answer. And then I'm not trying to sew it and hold it all at the same time. Okay, so I've rough sewed it, big stitches all the way around the edge. Now I'm going to go back around the other way and sew it properly along the line that the sewing machine would take. Because now I'm not trying to hold it in place as well as sew it. Plus it'll give it double strength on the corners, which is never a bad thing. And another thing, if you can make straight zips with bias binding, which is what they do, why can't you make curved zips? It's almost like they expect us to know what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I'm winging it. Am I doing it the hardest way possible? Probably. Whoops. Sorry about that. Made you dizzy. These streams wouldn't be half as much fun if I knew what I was doing. Maddie, leave it. This is another one of those why did I think this was a good idea projects. Which I'm only doing to avoid finishing off another why did I think this was a good idea project, because the other day I decided to tear my studio apart and move my desk and everything, and I haven't put it all back yet. So instead of putting it all back today, I thought, you know what, I fancy doing some sewing instead. Let's do that. Okay. There we go. Back to where we started. That was definitely a lot easier than trying to do it on the machine. My hand sewing skills are a lot higher than my machine sewing skills, so it actually works out easier to do it like this. There we go. That's nice and neat now. Some bulk on these corners. I'll trim that off later, but it's not bad. It's not bad considering how hard it is to do this. It's not at all bad. I'm pretty happy with that. So there's the next one. That's there. Okay. I want to make lots of sewy things now. God damn it. I don't need to make lots of sewy things, but I want to. I must not go online and start buying tons of fabric. I must not go online and start buying tons of fabric. Okay, I'm going to do the same with this side. So, rough sew it round the edge. And turn round and come back and stitch it properly. Okay, that's really annoying. Oh, I've just thought of something else I need to do actually while I've got my machine out tonight. I need to repair the bag strap. My bag strap, I've got one of those bags that's got two little loops on the end with a D-ring, and one of the D-rings has come off because the strap came out of the seam. So I need to do that. Might as well do it while I've got the machine out. Yay! I could also hem my trousers while I'm at it, but that's not going to happen, is it? I mean, realistically, that's just not going to happen. Where's my knot? There it is. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Nearly. Ooh, I just thought of something. I just thought of something really cool. Oh. Hello, Miss Maddie. How you doing? There we go. Good. Hi, Miss Maddie. Still got to do that corner. Looks all right from the outside, right? Hi. What's the matter? What you doing? Hello. Do you need cuddles? What do you need? Ugh. Do you want to sit in here with Mama? Do you want to sit under the table? Maddie's got a new spot under the table, under my desk, and she's decided that sitting right by my feet is a really cool place to be. Do you want to sit in there? Do you want to sit in there? You can sit in there if you want to. All right. to do this corner, which I didn't sew up this edge. Okay, last bit. So rough sew it around the edge. Yep, I know why it's easier to hand sew it on a curve. It's because you can put the curve around your finger. The hell? Just stop it. There we go, that was much easier. So who else has one of these pouches that they're going to MacGyver? Everybody's like, no. No. Oh, I'm glad I didn't try to do this with hidden seams as well, because now I know why they bias bind the edge. No, let's not, and pretend we did. Okay. Does it work? Yes, it does. Now all we've got to do is put the other side on. Put the other side flat. So that, in theory, should be easier. You don't have to finagle zips and stuff into it. I do need to do this bit though. Oh, I should have sewn that. Sewn a pen loop into here. I was going to sew a pen loop onto the edge. That's okay. I can sew it on this side. Oh, I could just stitch it across and then catch it under the bias binding, can't I? That'll be easier. I'll do that. Okie dokie. You know what? I think it might actually be easier to just sew this around. Did I sew that? Yeah, I did. So I can take that off. And I can take this off. There we go. So that'll be going on. That way. Okay. I just thought of something really cool. If I can find it. If I can see where I put it. Literally just had it in my hand earlier. Which pretty much guarantees I won't be able to find it now. It's so annoying. I have a embroidered patch. You know, like the embroidered patches you put on jackets? I've got a bright pink Cheshire cat. Like the original Disney Cheshire cat. And I'm thinking, with this being black and white and stripy, I could put it on there and it would look really cool. But I can't remember where I put him. I had him out earlier. I saw him and I thought, ooh, I must put him somewhere. And then I put him somewhere and now I don't know where I put him. But I can hand sew him on anyway. Well, actually he's an iron-on patch, so I'll iron him on and then I'll tack him into place. But it would just be really nice if I could remember where I put him so I could show him to you. I thought I put him in here. Because I thought it was with that bag of stuff. I thought it was in here. But it's not in here. So where else would it be? Where else would I have put it? Very weird. No, I don't know where I've put him. That's so strange. Literally had him in my hand this morning. Oh, he might be behind me somewhere. So I'll have a look later. I'll find him. Coffee break. Anybody else going to attempt this with their document wallet? Ain't nobody as crazy as me. My sewing is not the best, but we can cover that with bias binding. No one will care. I'm just taking the stitching out because, or the tacking rather, not all the stitching, just the tacking. Maddie, don't keep crying, please. It's annoying when you do that. My sewing hand needs a rest. So you can see, I don't know if you can see here, it's kind of dark, but here there's a ridge and there's a line. That's where the original seam was, so I've already gained that much. So I've gained that much just on this one edge. So I've already made more room in it than there was before, just by taking out all that binding and having smaller bindings. Oh, black on black is so hard to see. This is all the bits where I unpicked it and didn't bother to pull the thread out, so it's all caught in the sewing that I did over the top. But that's what bias binding is for. If you're going to bind it anyway, does it matter if it looks like a mess? Not really. One side down. Let's just trim up any rough edges while I'm neaten it up a little bit, because I'm going to have to do this for the binding anyway, so might as well do it now, make it look a bit better. There we go. Not bad, eh? What do you think? Hey, Rish! Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming this late, but I was in the middle of something. I've been doing this. And we all know that if I stop now, I won't finish it. So I might as well stream all of it, and then I know it's done. Or it will get done. Right? Okay. So this is the bit I need to do. You know what? I'm going to rough sew the whole thing. I'm going to rough sew the whole thing first, and then I'm going to stitch it round. That will be easier, I think. But first, bye. But first, we're going to get the corners and get that bit in the middle. Okay. Now this is okay, so by the time it bends round it's not flush, so I'm going to trim it flush so it's easier to put in place. Because obviously the outside has further to go than the inside, and the inside fabric is thicker. So therefore you've got a discrepancy. It's like when you fold two pieces of paper together and one bit sticks out further than the other. Corners, there's the middle, all right. Let's stitch the spine in place. Right on my knuckle. Insert swear words here. make sure those elastics are good and sewn in as well. Doing this. I'm not going to do that top edge, I'll do it by hand. It'll be quicker, I think. Or will it? I was pulling the wrong corner, there we go. This might just work. Okay, so to make sure I get this bit in the middle, I'm going to push it down so the corners are in here, and then find the middle and match it up. So that's the centre point there. Open the zip up, it'll be easier on this side. Okay, so I know that that's slap bang in the centre, so I can work out from the centre along here like I did last time, and that should mean that that fits into that corner. Yes, it's going to be a tiny bit tight. Let's double check this side. It's gonna, oh, it's gone loose. Okay. Okay, let's try a different way. Let's do that. And pin that in the middle. That's better. There we go, that fits now. Do it that way or that way? No, that way. Because I've got to make sure I catch this pocket on this side as well. Okay. Ow! Bloody hell! I just did it again! Oh! Look! Look what it did! I got to figure out a way to cover that thing. Because the problem is where it's spinning and it's a threaded screw, it takes your skin off. Keep your finger away from that thing. See, when I'm sewing straight, I don't do it. It's only when I'm trying to get something in round here, where I have to get it in under the foot, that I do it. Ow. Okay, so in theory, if I do the same on the two ends, I should be able to find the middle bit. So that's where that's going to go, that's where that's going to go. So that bit is going to go. Hold on. Where's the centre? There it is. Too tight. Hi, baby girl. How you doing, Miss Maddie? She's going to start moaning at me in a minute. Okay. Do not get your finger stuck under that stupid thing. Keep your finger out the way. Ooh. It's not painful, it's just grazed, but it's actually right on the knuckle. I don't know if you can see that white bit there, but that's where my arthritis is. So yeah, that's gonna hurt tomorrow like a yuck. Hi, Miss Maddie, you're stinky. I know, I can smell it, you're stinky. Okay, that's the top bit, and now the bottom bit. Oops. Nope, that way. Definitely easier to sew the straight bits and then hand sew the corners. Not too tight in that corner. Better. Keep your finger out the way. Nearly done. See, you'd never know from the outside, you'd never know. Looks exactly the same. It's fun. Okay. Let's start over here. See, as you can see from the rest of it, if you use the rabbit, you don't have to keep doing this with all the tying off of ends and crap. Come on, go in the hole. Don't start messing about now. This will be so much easier when I can see what I'm doing. Colour scheme reminds you of Beetlejuice. Well, Beetlejuice is green, not pink, but yeah. I already had the pink canvas, so I didn't want to go and buy more because I didn't know if I could actually make a Delphonics dupe. So I just used the pink, but I thought, well, if I'm going to have bright pink, I'm going to pair it with black and white stripes. Of course, bear in mind this bit will be full, so really, if I've got that in there and this is full of pens, you're not really going to see that much pink. So it's not too bad. I would have preferred bright green though. Bright green would have been awesome. Having made a success of all of these now, I actually do wish I'd splashed out and got the green. Not using the pink. I didn't know it was going to work, so. And I wasn't willing to spend extra money on it if I couldn't do it. But now I have 4 cases that match in this pink and black and white stripe. Just the corners to do now. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go one way, just tacking it on the edge. Maddie. And then I'll go back the other way, sewing it properly along the sewing line. Less fighting. It's bugging me that I can't remember where that Cheshire cat is. I literally had him in my hand earlier. Put him somewhere safe. Now I can't remember where the flipping heck he is. In fact, finding that was what prompted me to do this. definitely slimmed down the bulk on the inside. So I would say if you've got one of these and you find that the binding, the silver binding on the inside gets trapped in the zip and makes it too bulky, which is what my problem was, I would say pull off the bias binding or cut it off. Don't unpick it because the whole thing comes apart. Cut off the bias binding, trim it back as far as you can, and then put on a cotton one and stitch it down properly, and you'll save yourself quite a bit of bulk. Plus, cotton binding won't fray like that nylon one, which is also why it kept catching in the zip, because it frayed around the edges. Okay, one corner done. I don't think that's enough for... What might do that corner? No. Maddie! Hi! How you doing? What's the matter? She said, Mama, why are you still working? You're not supposed to be working this late, Mama. Oops. Hey! Come on. Do you want to sit in there? Go on then. You can sit in there if you want to. Go on. There you go, see? Good girl. Let's sit in there under Mummy's desk. Oh, licking my toes. Ooh, it tickles. That tickles. Tina Turner died? Oh no! Mind you, she was like 140 or something, wasn't she? Oh. I like her. Hi, Chloe. What is tickling me? Okay. '83. Well, that's not as old as I thought she was. I thought she was older than that. I thought she was in her 90s. Just 2 more little corners to do. Incidentally, for those who hadn't seen it, I don't know if I'd mentioned it before, but I did on my Patreon, but I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but I did say that this pouch needed fixing. It had a massive gap along one side where it had come away from the zip anyway. So the fact that I took it apart was just helping it on its way, really. Bonus, I fixed the zip. Oh, it's getting tricky to sew on these corners now because they're going the wrong way. Nothing to grab hold of this side. Okay. One more corner and we're done. Of course it has to be this one where the zip is. This is going to be a pain in the butt because it's going to keep getting caught on the zip now. Oh, actually it's looser on this corner, so it might not be. Plus I'm sewing it from the other side, so it's actually easier to grab hold of stuff. I'm sewing it from this side here with the proper stitching. Even though it's harder to see the black on black, because there's on the zip there's actually a line in the stitching where you can see it was attached before. So it's actually, you've already got a straight line to follow. So you're not having to navigate that as well as trying to go around a curve and hold it all together in one piece. You can just follow the line around. And as long as the edges match up, it will fit. Oops. Oh, this last little bit is through 5 layers of fabric. All of these rough bits are going to be covered by the bias binding, so I'm not worried about any of those. Pull out this tacking thread here. Okay. So again, just trimming down the edges where it's the thicker material is folded up on itself. It's not as flush as it was before. Not as easy to do on this side. This is also going to help to reduce the bulk under the bias binding. Okay. that extra material that doesn't need to be in that space. Give it a good shake because I'm going to hoover anyway. Okay. I don't know how I've done that. I've somehow managed to have the zipper around the opposite way. But I think I'm okay with that actually. Yeah, because I would open it that way anyway. This will open more smoothly once all this is trapped inside a smooth case. In fact, what I'll probably do is fold it down that way and bind it that way. So I'll physically stitch it down. And then it won't be in the way of the zip at all. So, to roll the zip edge to where it should be. It stops it having the tendency to curl out the other way. There we go. Literally just putting your fingers on either side of the seam and rolling it the opposite way, and it stops the zip wanting to do this and makes it sit like that. See, I'll do it with this side now. So again, just getting that seam and rolling all the material the opposite way to the way it's currently sat. Thick under there because we've got this extra zip on the front, the extra pocket on the front. Don't miss the corners. As well, so it sits flat. Do it that way, it's easier. There we go. Okay, there we go. See, now the zip wants to sit this way instead of flipping backwards, which makes it easier to do it up. Yeah, the zip is on upside down, but I'm okay with that because I usually unzip it with this hand. So now we have a nice little zippy thing here where I can put stuff inside it and see what's in there. No more scrabbling around under this stuff trying to figure out which colour you're getting. No, now we can see which colour we're getting. Yes. This was on this side. It was a pocket at the back on this side, and then on top of it was a secretarial pocket, and on top of that was two vertical pockets. But once you'd put anything in this side and then something in the slip pocket on this side, you couldn't fit anything else in. Nothing else was going to fit. So, no point in that. Okay, I've put that zip on upside down as well, but again, it doesn't matter because I'm a lefty. I'm going to be using it the right way round now. See, now I've rolled the zips, it's not even catching on anything. Yay! Woo woo! Catching a little bit on these frilly bits, but again, woo, Once I've got those covered and sewn down, not going to be a problem. I'll get some bias binding on Friday when I go into town, and I'll be able to do this over the weekend. Be a nice little project. It's not quite sitting flush here. I don't know what happened. I've got a bit of a pucker going on in this corner, but it's on the back, so I don't think I really care. Let's try rolling it out a bit more. Considering I've done 4 curved corners and that's the only corner where there's a bit of a pucker, I'm not going to complain. I think it's okay. It doesn't quite sit straight anymore, but it's usable now, so I don't care. Yay! Okay, let me have one last ditch attempt to see if I can find what on earth I did with my Cheshire Cat. I definitely had him here earlier. I'm absolutely covered in bits of pink. It's all over me. No, it's not there. What in the chuffing heck? What the chuffing heck, Miss Maddie? Put those in the bin. Literally in my hand this morning. Now it's gone. This is the story of my life. So annoying. Didn't get caught under here or anything, did it? Nope. Okay, definitely got to clean my table. That can go in the bin. Those are scraps left over. They can now go in the quilt project. You can go back in the sewing box. Did I put it in the sewing box? No, I'm not that clever. I wouldn't have put him in the sewing box, but we'll check, just in case. Nope. I didn't put him in the sewing box. Okay. Worth asking, you know? Did I put him in there? Maybe. No. Ooh, I've even got this, look. So if I want, this is canvas as well. This is what I made the outside of my Delphonics dupes out of. Right, a nice long strap of this. So if I wanted to, I could make a handle for it, or a wrist strap or something. So I will put that somewhere. I'll put that in my sewing box, right here. Miss Maddie, hi. I'll put that in my sewing box so that I know where it is. A bit of spare elastic there. It's grey though, so I'm not going to use it. I will stick with the black elastic. Scraps in the bin, in the box. Oh. Okay, I do actually need to put, well, I remember, I need to put okay, let's test it out, shall we? See how we go. Let's have a see. Okay, so if I'm going urban sketching, chances are I will take this. which if that zip was just a tiny bit longer, it would fit in there, which would be even better, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. I can put my bits and pieces in there. When I'm actually working, I can put my stuff in here as I'm using it. I can put some coloured pencils in here. It will I already know it will fit because it's the same size as the pouch was already there, so it'll fit my 24 watercolour pencils. Or if I'm not taking my watercolour pencils, I can also put stuff over here. My watercolours, sorry. So if I was taking my watercolour pencils, I could put my water brush and stuff over there, and then I could put my pencil and my pen and even my eraser, if I wanted to, over there. And then I can fit all my watercolour brush pencils in here. The only thing that doesn't fit in here is these, because they're too thick. Oh, moth. Ew, go away. We don't have moths in the house. Ew. The only thing that won't fit in here is these, because it's too... Oh, I wonder if it will now that I've extended the zip. Shall we have a look? Shall we see? Will it fit now? If I put it that way, it'll fit in there. No! No! I got to get used to doing it the right way now. No, look at that! My gouache fits! No! That means I can fit my Neocolor 2s in here as well. So I can take my gouache, my Neocolor 2s, and a couple of coloured pencils, because I can fit some more in over this side. In fact, I could even put these in the front, because anything with a clip, I mean, I've got a water brush that has a clip, so I would put those in the front, and then I could put a couple of coloured pencils that I need in here, so I can fit 6, 11, yeah, probably 11 or 12 in there. That fits in there. I can fit my little Altoid tin with my Neocolor 2s in there. I love it! Should we just see? Just for argument's sake. I don't think it will because of the size of that clip. But let's just see. Not quite. Not quite, and only because of that clip. If I do it this way round, I wonder if the clip will fit under the zip that way. It might be a pain to do it up, but... No way! I can fit both my sets of gouache in here. Oh my goodness me, and it fits so nice. And there's still plenty of room inside. Holy heck. Oh my goodness. Ah! I'm so happy. This was a really good idea. I rarely have ideas where I think they actually turn out as well as I thought. But this is definitely one of them. These keep falling out because there's not enough to hold them in. But once I've got some more in there, that'll be fine. I'm going to put one of these across here so that I can put my lammy in there. Because even with that there, it still is going to do up. I'm so happy! Oh, wait till you see it with the Cheshire Cat on it when I find him. I guarantee you, the minute I stop streaming, I'll find him. And when I do, I will put him on. And then you'll see how awesome it'll look. But, I mean, in theory, you know, it's kind of going to be kind of like that on the front. Cheshire Cat. Just imagine Cheshire Cat, okay? Stripy Cheshire Cat. I'm a very happy girl. Very happy. So I'm going out on Friday. You know what? These even fit traveller's notebooks. Oh, I've missed a little bit there. I'll have to catch that when I do the binding. Oh, I cut a bit too much off the corner. Oops. I cut a bit of the zip off and it's cut the thing. I can put a bit of fabric glue on that. And then when I sew the binding on, I'll make sure to catch it. Aileen's tacky will fix that. I'm so happy with this. It looks really good. I love this bit. I love the little detail that it's got around this. Is it perfect? No. Do I care? Absolutely not. It saved me buying another one off Amazon that won't be quite right and will have the zip in the wrong place because they're all made for left right-handers. It saved me a tenner. And since I've saved myself a tenner, I think I'll have pizza tonight because I've overrun. And I don't want to cook. So, yeah. Should we have pizza tonight, Miss Maddie? You want a pepperoni? Should we get you a pepperoni? Shh, don't talk to me, Mum. I'm snoozing. I'm really happy with this. Thanks for joining me, guys. And I will see you, if you're in my Patreon, I will see you tomorrow. If you are not in my Patreon, I will see you. It won't be Wednesday. My mum and dad are coming up on Wednesday, so I won't be streaming Wednesday. If there's a video Wednesday, then you get a video. If there is nothing on Wednesday, I will stream on Friday instead. Okay? So, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.